Hey there, it's Steve
And Terry.
from SeriousKeto, and what do we have today, dear?
Today we have the August My Chow surprise box from Keto Chow.
Yes, we do. Now, before we open this up, I thought I had two things to say. I know for sure I've got one thing to say, and that is if you want to subscribe to Keto Chow, you don't necessarily have to do the surprise box. They have, basically it's a customize your own box. I think it's called My Chow. And you can choose 20, 30, 60, or 90 servings per month, and you get to pick out each one of them. We, however, do the surprise because...
We like surprises.
Yes, we do. And that reminds me of what my other thing was, which is the surprises haven't been as cool this year because they quit putting little pack-ins in.
Yeah.
And I would love to see them do that again. I'm pretty sure what they did is...
Cost, though.
Yeah. I think what they did was they surveyed their customers and said, which would you rather have? Lower cost or little pack-ins?
Yeah.
I would encourage Chris Bear to put out another survey and find out either, would people be willing to pay a little bit more to have that surprise pack in, or could you potentially do two surprise boxes? One just sort of the no surprise, or slight surprise box, where the surprise is basically the big bag and the recipe cards, and then maybe another one that's got a pack in. I don't know.
Oh yeah, and then if you want to pay, that's your choice.
Yeah.
I think.
Because I miss all those little things. That was pretty exciting.
Trinkets.
So let's get on to what's in this box.
Root beer.
Root beer float.
Good. Chocolate peanut butter.
One of my top couple favorite flavors.
Orange mango.
Orange mango? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I had one of those just yesterday.
Chocolate.
Two chocolate. Hopefully there's a recipe for that because I got a ton of chocolate.
Beef soup base.
Yeah, they don't usually put a savory in unless there's a recipe.
Mocha.
Okay, you don't like that, do you?
No.
I do.
It's coffee flavored. Salted caramel, that's your favorite? One of them?
It's good, but the problem is I've got, I think 2 21 serving bags of this already.
Guava grapefruit.
You like that one?
I like that one.
Okay.
We did that. We drank that once.
Okay, and our big bag is... So this pleases me.
This is good.
Yeah, apple pie.
Apple pie.
Good one.
Wow.
When we get some, if we had another salted caramel, that would make me a sad panda.
I don't think we ever had apple pie.
We've had apple pie, but we haven't, but big bag.
Yeah. And all the good recipes. That's the bottom of the box. No.
Okay. So, let's go through the recipes.
Okay. Lassi, orange mango lassi.
I used to get those, remember back when we'd go to the Indian restaurant?
Yeah,
I love mango lassi. So, winner.
Good for when you have that curry recipe or turmeric. Chewy caramel nut cookies.
Okay.
This,
Ooh, those look good.
Yeah, and this looks really good. Root beer float, dessert cups.
See, I actually put that as sort of my least, I would say, of what we've seen so far, this is the one I'm least excited about.
Probably second.
We'll
for
keep
me.
going.
Okay. Chocolate chip, sandwich cookies, yum, yum.
Okay.
Yum. And apple fritter bread. That sounds good. That's a good, Halloween. We're getting already.
Well, you know what?
It's fall.
I predicted that this would be your favorite. So full disclosure, I opened the recipe pack in advance.
Oh, yeah, I guess it was.
Just so I could surprise you. And I felt that since I know you pretty well, I predicted this would be your favorite.
Yeah.
Was I right?
Yeah.
So I made a loaf of this while you were gone today.
Okay.
So unbeknownst to Terry, I opened the recipe pack already. And I looked through the recipes and figured she's probably going to like all of them. But the clear favorite, I'm guessing, is going to be the apple fritter bread. So we're going to make that right now, see how easy it is, and then we'll do a taste test. We'll start with our dry ingredients, beginning with 1 serving of apple pie flavored Keto Chow. To this we will add 3/4 of a cup of almond flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 tablespoon of ground cinnamon, and then whisk to combine. Set this aside and proceed with our wet ingredients, beginning with 1/2 cup or 1 stick of softened butter, To this, we will add 1/4 cup of granulated erythritol. I'm using pure cane because I find it has less of that cooling effect. And 2 tablespoons of brown erythritol. I'm using Swerve. Using a hand mixer, we'll combine, starting at low speed and gradually ramping up until it's pretty thoroughly mixed. Then we will add 2 large eggs. We'll add them one at a time. We're going to make sure that that first one is thoroughly mixed in before we add our second. And again, mix to combine. When we're done, we should have a batter that is still a little bit chunky. To that, we'll add our dry ingredients and mix to combine. I'm going to scrape down the sides with a spatula here, and then add 1/3 cup of low-carb milk. I'm using the Carb Master brand. We'll mix this, starting at low speed, just so we don't spatter, gradually ramping up. And once our batter is mixed, we will add 3/4 cup of peeled and diced zucchini or chayote squash. And I just banged my tripod there. Using a spatula, I'm going to fold this in gently and then transfer to an 8-inch by 4-inch bread pan that is lined with parchment paper and sprayed with the non-stick spray of your choice. Try and smooth this out the best I can. And then we'll pop this into an oven preheated to 375 degrees Fahrenheit for 40 minutes. It has been 40 minutes, so now we are going to top this with a mixture of 1/2 tablespoon of granular erythritol and 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Doing my best to make sure that I get an even distribution here. And then we're going to pop this back into the oven for another 5 minutes. And while that finishes in the oven, we're going to make our glaze. We start with 1/4 cup of powdered or confectioner's sweetener. I'm using bocha sweet instead of erythritol just to cut down on that cooling effect that I kind of experience with erythritol. You can use whatever sweetener you want, provided it's powdered. And 2 tablespoons of low-carb milk. Again, I'm using Carb Master. We'll whisk this together and set aside until our bread is done and had a chance to cool for 5 minutes. The glaze came off really liquidy, so I've added an additional 2 tablespoons of sweetener. This time I went with the powdered Swerve just in case it was an erythritol issue, and I've got it thicker. It still seems a little bit thin, but I'm going to go with it as it is. Pop my bread onto a plate here. Very moist. Get some of these crumbs out of the way. And then I'll drizzle with the glaze. I feel like this is really going to wind up pooling up in that indented center there. Let me look at that picture. Yeah, it looks like theirs might have collapsed a little bit in the center too, but it also looks like their glaze is way, way thicker than mine. I'm going to add a little bit more erythritol to this just to see if I can't thicken it up. So I just added another tablespoon. This is a bit better, but I still feel like maybe you almost need a 1/2 cup of sweetener. Boy, I'm a little concerned about this. I don't know if this is going to firm up or not. If not, boy, I might just have to scrape some off. But I'm just going to let that sit for now. I'm not going to taste it until Terry and I taste it together. And this is going to be, I hope, a pleasant surprise for both of us. So here is what mine looks like. I don't know that they can see the recipe card from there. Well, I mean, the picture's so small, though.
Oh, okay.
But would you say that that looks
Yes.
vaguely similar?
Yeah, probably they have more frosting on the picture.
Yeah, that's one of the things I discovered as I was making the recipe. My frosting or glaze didn't turn out like theirs. So we'll slice this. I would say the interior looks pretty good. Do you want an end piece or middle
Yeah,
piece?
it looks there's more apple in there, or is that pistachio?
That's zucchini.
Oh, is it called for that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
No, I was,
Oh, I get that's why you asked.
yeah, for the most part, I followed the recipe.
Yeah.
I did substitute one of the sweeteners.
Good.
Yeah, taste-wise, you would think you're eating an apple
Oh, yep.
something.
Very good.
I feel like maybe it's a little undercooked. I cooked it as long as it recommended. It seems kind of like in their picture, theirs like lightened up a little bit more,
Okay,
or had a little more lift to it than mine.
Otherwise, yeah, but the crust might be too crunchy then, because I have the end piece here.
What might be interesting is taking this, I'll finish my bite, taking this, slicing it, dipping it in a little bit of egg, and making like a French toast out of it. I bet you that would be pretty good.
Yeah, our grandson would probably like that. Winner. Good job, Steve.
Oh, well, wasn't my recipe. So anyhow, that is the August Chow Club box right there. A little late on getting the review out this month. I was doing an extended fast, so this is my first day of actually like eating an actual food instead of kind of easing out of the fast. And this was a good treat to do it with.
Yeah, it tastes good. And using our garden zucchini.
Yes, we have loads of zucchini, so we can make plenty of this bread going forward.
Yes.
So what do we say?
Thanks for watching.
That is my line.
See you next time.
Thanks for watching.